Oh, what a fantastic weekend it's been of football. Congratulations to Crystal Palace. This young fan, this young spoiled City fan is finally being given a taste. You be all right, man. Come on, it's all in jest, man. This is the game we all love. We all remember when we was young boys and this happened. Welcome to the game we all love. You thought because you support City with all that oil money, blood, you was going to lose. You weren't going to lose. You probably telling all your little friends in school City were going to win. And don't get it twisted. We don't discriminate. I want to see pictures of fans young and old crying. Of course, my heart bleeds when it's Arsenal, but welcome to the game, lad. Probably took that long ass journey from Manchester. It is what it is, man. And what's that? Haaland's dad. Stay humble, huh? Stay humble. I mean, football is back, man. We're seeing good football, underdogs doing their thing, kids crying, even seeing members of physio and coaching staff getting into it, man. You lot need to jump in a boxing ring in the off season, man. Pep Guardiola's a sore loser, in it. I understand it. You can never be a good loser, and he's right to be peed off with Henderson, who arguably should have been sent off. Not that the club his team beat this week at Wembley. I think they've lost back-to-back FA Cup finals. They've ever been on the beneficial side of any VAR issues. Personally, I didn't see it. You know what? Let's not criticize the refs. Let's not criticize VAR. They're trying their best. They're humans, just like I and you lot people. Football's a 90-minute game. You had more than enough time. You even had a penalties. A shout to Henderson. Shout to Glazier as well. He's won the Europa League, won the FA Cup. Shout to the whole of Crystal Palace, man. I hope all of South London is rocking from one South London club to another, man. In life, you have to, be gracious in victory and in defeat, people. I guess you do have to stay humble, huh? Congratulations to Eddie Nketiah and Matt Turner, obviously winning for Crystal Palace in the FA Cup. And yeah, it's a bit of a sour one, isn't it? I mean, PSG could win the Champions League with Mbappe gone, and there's bare other examples. But Eddie Nketiah has won a cup after leaving Arsenal. Bologna have ended their hoodoo of 51 years after Calafiori left. So yeah, hopefully we win stuff Calafiori. But where Eddie Nketiah, Matt Turner, and Rob Holding are concerned, understand we didn't win trophies and we have to hold our banner. I've just been bannering City, but let's remember 3 of those names actually have won an FA Cup with us. But yeah, we need to win silverware. Bring Eze home, man. Let's be honest. I think it was more of a team performance. Obviously, he got the goal. I'd love him and Adam Wharton. I don't think it was his greatest 90 minutes. It was, they defended well. He scored the goal, which is why I want him, because whether he's playing well, which is in a great bit of form, people, 25 GA this season, 13 goals, 12 assists. I think he scored in the last 4 or 5 games for Crystal Palace. And he loves playing against City, so he's a big game player. Obviously, he's 27, turning 28, can play in the 10, can play out wide. It's going to cost an arm and a leg. I don't think we're getting Eze, but bring Eze home, man. Bring the guy home, man. He's needed, man. And then it made me think about my football club. We all remember against Everton at the Emirates, where Mikel Arteta, on behalf of everybody, including himself, connected, said, don't be satisfied because we want much more than that, and we're going to get it. Now, fast forward almost a year. Have we delivered on that promise? I actually feel sorry for the players. I feel the players got to take responsibility, but the whole football club, whether it was being proactive in the summer, proactively reactive in January, putting our best foot forward, have we done that? At the end of the day, 2 semi-finals, blitzed in the, can you even say we was in a title race? And obviously we shot ourselves in the foot in the FA Cup. There's been 3 years in particular now where we've been in these conversations, different players, different contexts, different reasons, etc. The bottom line is we haven't got the silverware. So we need to sit there and really reflect. And this time next year, think about having something to celebrate. On any regrets this season, Arteta said, I wouldn't use that word. You could argue, if you don't have any regrets in life, have you truly lived? The only way to have no regrets is to never live. The only way to never be criticized is to never try anything, people. I guarantee and I give you my word that we all tried our very best. So our best weren't good enough then, Gaffer. If you ask me if we wanted a different outcome, especially with how close we've come again, then the answer is yes. That doesn't undermine a lot of the incredible things this team has done, again, in the context that we play against the opponent, that we play with circumstances that we had. It's impossible to undermine. I mean, we're not undermining it. We're on the verge of stuff. We're getting bantered for not winning silverware. But we're ultimately, Gaffer, this is courageous. Either we didn't do our best or our best wasn't good enough. Either way, it's back to the drawing board. I'm not even trying to criticize. That's just a fact. Gyökeres, when you think of Gyökeres in the dictionary, his face will probably be next to the word goals, people, or goal, or you get what I said. Gyökeres scored again today, people. A cute finish, I must say. Viktor Gyökeres scores and seals Sporting's Liga NOS title ahead of their league rivals Benfica, who they're going to meet in a cup final in a few weeks. 68 GA in 48 club games this season. The man's mad. Bring him to the carpet, man. Bring him to the carpet, man. Bring him, man. He's worth the 60 odd million risk, in my opinion. 51 goals in all comps this season, people. Earlier today, I reported on it. Well, I didn't report on it, but I covered this kind of report. And we've seen it with Gyökeres. At this point, you just want to see him and Zubimendi rock into the club. Talks are advancing between Arsenal and Gyökeres' reps. He's emerging as a number one choice, and it seems there's a willingness from all parties to get the deal done. The player is happy to come, and Sporting are happy to sell for just over 60 million. You would have heard this week, but if you've been living under a rock, Arteta is a fan of Rodrygo, but financial parameters would make the deal challenging. There's long-standing interest in Nico Williams, and Gittins has also caught the Gunners' attention. In relation to Zubimendi, after dealing with Thomas Partey, which made Atletico Madrid furious, Arsenal are taking a different approach with Martin Zubimendi. The Gunners have made Real Sociedad well aware of negotiations which will benefit them in schedule of payments, people. We have been linked with João Pedro this week as well. What do you make of that, folks? Pepe is a very, very sore loser. Not that you needed to know this, but RB Leipzig will not play in any European competition for the first time since 2016-17. Both Xavi Simons and Benjamin Sesko are expected to leave the club this summer. With them not being in the Champions League, is this something we should exploit? Do you want Sesko over Gyökeres, people? And we have also been linked with Hugo Ekitike. Let me know your thoughts. Kudus is still being linked with Arsenal, Liverpool, and a departure from West Ham. Apparently, he's got 100 million euros asking price on his head. Arsenal and Liverpool still want Kudus, and have now been told the likely future of the 24-year-old. Kudus remains on the radar of two Premier League giants thanks to West Ham relenting on their demands for the player. Instead of demanding the full price of his 100 million euros release clause, a bid of 84 million could be sufficient to sign the exciting forward. Instead of moving either to Arsenal or Liverpool, though, TBR Football reports that Saudi Pro League clubs are most likely to sign Kudus. He's seen as a potential marquee addition following John Duran, who left Aston Villa to join Al Nassr in January, despite being well before his peak to the Middle East. Go get your money, man. Rodrygo links won't go away. This has said we're genuine contenders for Rodrygo, people. Let me know your thoughts. Alex Crook of TalkSport has said Arsenal are trying to sign him, and he's tired of being second fiddle to the Mbappes, Jude Bellinghams, and Vinicius Juniors. He's going to cost a lot of money. I think that Real Madrid have to make a big decision this summer. Rodrygo seems to be one that is being pushed towards the door. I think one of Rodrygo or potentially even Vinicius has to go. Rodrygo has made it clear he wants to play on the left. He's been playing on the right at Real Madrid, so he's the most obvious one to go. But Vinicius might be a bigger money spinner, but unless it's Saudi or Paris Saint-Germain or City, no one ain't getting in. There's probably still expensive, but there's probably a bigger market for Rodrygo in that. Still expensive, but it's more attainable for some if they can scrape their pennies together. May actually fix their problems a little bit more because they've kind of got that status problem between Vinicius and Mbappe, Jude Bellingham in the shadows as well. Maybe Xabi Alonso can make it work, but it's not worked at all this season. But it worked before and nobody said anything. Xabi Alonso, speaking of Real Madrid, is still keen on Real Madrid beating Arsenal to the signing of Martin Zubimendi, according to reports. It's understood we're leading the race, people. We're believed that this deal is as good as done. We all know about his release clause. Apparently, Xabi Alonso is trying to change things where he's already got two new signings. You've got Heisen and you've obviously got Trent Alexander-Arnold, as well as there's rumors they're going in for a left back. So we'll have to see how that goes. I have covered that before. I won't waste your time. We could be getting some departures, people. Caruso are confident that they can negotiate with Arsenal and strike an agreement to avoid having to sign him on a permanent deal. Who's this in relation to? Pardon me, Marquinhos, who is currently on loan at the club, but the deal includes a clause that means they'll have to buy him permanently if he plays a certain number of games. This has led to Marquinhos being left on the bench since the beginning of the month, and Jardim admitted this week that talks were ongoing with Arsenal about the agreement. See how dirty it can be in business. So long story short, they want to sell him. He's played 16 games so far. No mention of goals and assists. Let's just make a profit on our £3 million and keep it moving, really. It's just not going to work. We are still linked with Igor Jesus, who plays in Brazil. We was linked with him primarily over the summer and January, actually. The 24-year-old allegedly can play up front as well as out wide. 24 years of age, only played in Brazil and Saudi, really. I mean, football. If you're a good footballer anywhere, as long as your feet work, you can do what needs to be done. But I don't buy this. I don't believe it. It is what it is, I guess.
like